Well,
it's Monday, and after a whole week or more of absolutely gorgeous weather,
it chucked it down.
Yeah.
I was going to say something rude then, but it chucked it down all night, and it is, what, midday, and it's only just stopped.
Yeah, it's still spitting a bit, but nothing like it was. So we've had a morning in the caravan, which we weren't expecting, but it's okay.
It's what you want for August the 5th, isn't it, in the UK?
Never mind. So we've decided to go on a little road trip to Keswick.
Keswick, never been there before.
Yeah.
It's about an hour away from here, so yeah, let's see what the roads have to offer. I'm sure that lots of other people are doing stuff, but probably all indoors. Not much going on outside today.
Yeah, so we're off on a little road trip, which is what we tend to do, especially if the weather's a bit bleh.
I was just looking around the site, and there's an awful lot of cars still here, and nobody's going anywhere, just having a day on site. Well, here we go. It's probably a two-pronged approach on this one. It's under an hour's drive north, but I suspect it's probably more than that in weather like this. But the scenery does not disappoint. Well, when you can see it, that is. It's a bit misty, isn't it?
Steve, it's expensive parking here.
Well, Keswick, I suppose you not have much of a choice. But here we are in the pouring rain. Blimey, it's expensive.
Yeah, quite hard to work out how to use the machine, and I'm pretty good on them.
Yeah, no way.
Never mind, we're here now.
Now, there were plenty of people here, but every other shop, well, certainly we found it, was an outdoor clothing shop, which I suppose is all right if that's what you're looking for. Fiona went in there, and I didn't, because I thought it looked rubbish. Well,
Rubbish.
Was it rubbish?
Yeah, and you'd have loved it, Steve, because also there was those funny smells of incense burning in a very enclosed space.
Yeah, just my not.
Yeah,
scene.
Just your type of scene. Yeah,
not. Now, we did get some fish and chips here, which was okay, and not forgetting to pay it forward. Just going in.
Plenty left on there.
Till 7:45 tonight. Good luck.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
But not a tremendous amount to see in Keswick, so we left. Probably it was because of the weather, but the scenery is fantastic. But we do have to keep our eyes peeled. Bus stop, look, on the main road. And then, as we go around this corner, round that.
What are the fucking odds of that, eh?
And so, yes, there are lots of buses going in both directions. And if you haven't got a car and you want a day out, you can. But there does need to be a way to book the weather. And would you Adam and Eve it? The rain has stopped, look. But the next day, wall-to-wall sunshine. What does it say in the UK? Just wait 5 minutes? So we decide that we're going to go out early and catch the first boat to a place called Amberthwaite, which is at the northern end of this lake.
Yeah, after a day of heavy rain, it's nice to be out, the sky's blue, and make the most of the day.
Yeah. And we're going over that way. It's quite funny though. I heard the guy mention on the way in, people are wasting money online, which is strange actually. Well, it's not strange. It's what we thought of, because when we were over at that little wooden hut over there, which is where you book your tickets, she said it was £24 each, but in actual fact it was £17.50 when you book and walk straight on. So this is if you book online.
Exactly the same when we went to Las Vegas though. You book online thinking you're getting a deal and you're not. It's cheaper when you're there to buy on the day. And here it's clearly not busy in the morning. It gets really busy from tea time.
Yeah,
which for us is more the end of our day.
Yeah, it's probably because you have to book then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now, there are quite a few boat trips you can take on this lake, obviously. We chose the one that's right at the top of the island, Amberthwaite, but there's even ones down to the bottom of the island where they partner up with a train operator, steam train operator, so you can leap on the steam train, but we chose not to do that one. There are lots of things to be able to see in either direction. On this particular one, you got a nice view of the hotels and things like that, where we actually do make a stop to go and pick people up and drop people off. And so a lot of the locals use this as well. So it's a used bit of the lake. But the sunshine and lack of wind, fabulous. Very soon though, Ambleside greets us. And of course you have to do the selfie. Now Ambleside itself is a good 15-20 minute walk from the harbour, and you will emerge in the town centre where the normal run-of-the-mill shops happen to be, but just behind it are all the independent shops, which is the bit we like, where you will see odd things like a door way up high, and then some scenery that you wouldn't see in town, cube water. Then on top of that, a really odd small dwelling over the top of the river.
Just so clear.
But it's lunchtime, and this little yellow cafe restaurant looks quite good. That is fantastic. And that black pudding was another one. But all this food is really, really tasty, isn't it?
Nice to have a bit of lots of things.
But inevitably, more shopping did happen involving the purchase of a bag, closely followed by ice cream. You can even hire bowls if you want to green bowling. I think that's what it's called. But maybe tennis or crazy golf is your thing. Or just sit around and relax in the sunshine. But either way, this is on the walk back to the actual ferry, where we will pass some quite scenic sights on the route. However, this is quite good. This is an area where they're building houses, but for rent only. So these are people who live here rather than people that are buying a holiday home. Now on the way back, and if you've got time to kill, there is a big park. I don't know how we missed this on the way. Bottom right hand side is where the actual marina is, or the harbour, where you catch the boat. Then there's the park, and then after that, just top left hand side, you can see the access to the Roman ruins. So if exercise wasn't your goal, maybe walking around an ancient area like this would be. We had a little bit of time left. That did mean we can take in the views, have a look at some ducks and things, as we did, before we ended up boarding the ferry. Well, if you want memories, I think this one's actually quite good. So value for money, I would say is a big tick there. Don't bother paying online. And as you just saw, there are plenty of activities, but you've got to get some exercise anyway, because you've got to walk to the town and back. And so long as you don't have choppy waters, a boat trip's quite excitable anyway. But there endeth the nice weather. The next day, it was raining again. And not fancying a stately home or anything like that, how about an antique centre? We found one of these in the on-site information booth. And they had some outdoor barns, lots of them, with lots of very interesting stuff in them. Some of this is a bit too big to be taken home. Look at this barn's just full of old fireplaces.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. And so this ended up being a lot more fun than was expected. A good half a day, especially as there was a restaurant.
Sadly, after our beautiful day, the next day it was raining again, so we had to work out a road trip somewhere else. And we spotted somewhere on the map called Whitehaven, and off we go. When we arrived in Whitehaven, we found a car park near this rather strange harbour. We walked along and there was another harbour and a ton of seagulls, yet again, just like Scarborough, as well as commemorative seats. It's a pretty place.
Well, here we are in sunny Whitehaven. I've
funny.
never ever seen a boarded up church,
I know, sadly.
but now I have.
There are even pigeons going into that hole. They've got a big window over there.
Oh yeah.
And as usual, when we find ourselves a little bit bored, we look for a place for lunch. And we spotted this boudoir looking place. Have to say though, the food was excellent. From lunch, we got back on the road and headed further down the coast. This time we decided to go to Hawkshead because we wanted to take the car ferry across Lake Windermere closer to home. What we were not expecting, though, was the Trail of Terror. If you remember our previous films about narrow South Devon roads, this gives Devon a run for its money. I promise you that. Yep, you'll have to wait up. And are you ready? Don't forget, you're going to need to breathe in. Oh, someone here. You're super nervous.
Go on.
And much to our surprise, did you know you can bring your caravan along this road? I don't think so. Caravan and Camping Club, members only, next left. Yeah. And there. MCA.
But we're not.
Fucking hell, how do you even get down there at all? Is that it? No?
Yeah, but you couldn't bring a little big caravan along here.
No. And if narrow roads weren't enough to deal with, now we have wildlife. Oh, oh.
Oh, they pheasants?
Yeah, female pheasants, largely. Yeah, females.
Get in there.
And now it gets even better. It's heart attack time. Oh, God. No chance. Can you go back?
Ben, you pressing order now?
Long 4. And just imagine this with a caravan on the back.
You might be alright.
Phew, now I'm ready for a stiff brandy.
Yeah, I think mine might be as well, actually. I think that makes passing cars a bit of a breeze. Although vehicles on the wrong side of the road don't help.
What you do need to know is that this is the road to Hilltop, which is Beatrix Potter's house, and it gets very, very busy, and there's lots of really bad parking around it, so you do need to be careful if this is a place that you want to visit. As for us, we're ambling through on the way to the ferry.
But we weren't waiting very long at all because they were already boarding, so we were looking at this going, are we actually going to get on? But he did. He waved us on, we parked our car and job done.
The truth is, this is a very short trip, and when we land, it's a stone's throw from the entrance to the campsite.
And look, dry roads, no rain.
Our time here is nearly up, so we take the opportunity to have a lovely walk around the site. Well, I say lovely.
Oh look, it's a blue sky.
Oh yeah. Oh look, lots of rain. And that's coming towards us. Steve is always the optimist when it comes to blue sky and the weather. Now it's time to say please like,
subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell. See you on the next one.